Hi, I'm A.C.Strange, and this is the Bad Movie Show, episode 54, and it's another mixed bag show. That's right, it's the most done segment, and we've done episodes 1, 2, 11, 13, 21, 26, 37, and 43. And it's when I talk about 3 completely different movies that have nothing in common but the segment. Now, this segment, these movies I wanted to do in their own segments. See, I wanted to do either a comic book superhero segment, drag queen segment, and a tattoo movie segment. But that wasn't working out. Tried to have a few plans for these segments, but that didn't happen, and I didn't want to wait. So, instead, I'm doing them together in this mixed bag show. So why don't we get started, shall we? First up, we have Super, 2011 rated R IFC Films, written and directed by James Gunn, starring Rainn Wilson, Ellen Page, Liv Tyler, Kevin Bacon, with Nathan Fillion and Michael Rooker. So we have sad sack, loser, short order cook Frank, who just had his wife stolen from him, his wife Sarah, by a drug dealer named Jacques. Now, after being inspired by a Christian superhero TV show and having his brain touched by God, Frank decides to become a superhero and dons a mask and calls himself the Crimson Bolt. And he walks around beating up bad guys with a wrench. He eventually gets himself a sidekick, a crazy comic book chick named Libby, who calls herself Volty. Now, the Crimson Bolt and Volty get themselves in real trouble with a real villain, Jacques, and his henchmen, all to save Sarah. Now, this is funny, silly, weird, surprisingly tough, and very, very violent. We didn't see it coming. You won't see it coming. It was a big-ass surprise. I mean, seriously, people get their heads bashed in, hands come off, holes get ripped into people, people get punched in the junk. Hon, Super's frickin' super, and Rainn Wilson is amazing. I'm gonna give this a 4, a recited, and a bad movie gold star. Yes, recited, because the Crimson Bolt walks around saying, "Shut up, crime!" and nifty little things like that. We loved it. Super, super. 4 recited, bad movie gold star. And always look out for Rainn Wilson, and it doesn't matter what he's in. Whether it's a drama, a romantic comedy, or even a kid's movie, Rainn Wilson is always freaking worth seeing. Okay? Put him on your list and watch some Rainn Wilson movies. I love The Rocker, so check that out. Next up, we have, for my drag queen segment, Ticked Off Trannies with Knives, 2010, not rated. If you watch this show, you know I love some drag queens, so woohoo! Breaking Glass Pictures, written and directed by Israel Luna, starring Willem Belli, of Alexis Davenport, Crystal Summers, and Erica Andrews. Now, Willem Belli was in RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4. So, we meet the girls. Bubbles, Tippa Samore, Emigration, Rachel Slur, and Pinky Latrim, a.k.a. Mama. Okay, now they're going out for the night. And Rachel and Emma meet these cute guys, and they want to go home with them, but the boys aren't having it unless they get their friend Bubbles to go with them. Now, Bubbles is sporting a shine, and she's not having it. She's not into it, but the girls talk her to go with them to this warehouse to meet these guys. And while they're there, they find out that they are trapped, because out comes Boner, the guy that gave Bubbles the shiner, and who raped her the night before. Now, Boner comes out and announces that he's pissed off because she lied to him. See, Bubbles is really a guy. Boner's not having that, and beats the girls up with baseball bats until Mama and Tipper come in and knock down the door to save the day. Now Bubbles wakes up weeks later from a coma and finds out that a couple of her girls did not survive, and she's still being stalked by Boner. So Bubbles and her remaining girlfriends decide to get some bloody revenge that includes knives. So this is fun, and the warehouse part is really, really scary. But the rest is kitschy, corny, kind of Tarantino-esque. The girls get trained to fight in a scene that we don't see, but that's okay, because when the knives pop out, it's all worth it. My favorite part is there's a costume change when they're ready to get bloody, and Mama pulls out a machete out of her afro. Hello! I'm gonna give this a 3.5 and a buy it. This is fun. And I wish there was more like this, which I'm gonna don, dragsploitation films. Okay? So yes, if you're into drag queens like I am, this belongs in your collection. And when I brought it to the bar, which is full of crazy straight guys, they love that movie. Remember that. So last up, The Tattooist. Now, I really wanted to do a segment full of movies about tattoos, but this is one of the only ones I could find, and this is a horror movie, so I say hello. So this is The Tattooist, 2007, not rated, Daydream Productions, screenplay by Matthew Granger, directed by Peter Berger, starring Jason Behr, Mia Blake, and Michael Hurt. So we have this tattoo artist, Jake, who specializes in healing tattoos, and he's in Singapore for a tattoo expo, and he sees a demonstration with the Samoans and their tattoo rituals, and he's intrigued. And while he's there, he swipes one of their tattoo implements and heads out to New Zealand. Now, he cuts himself on the tool and starts getting crazy nightmares and visions. When he goes to New Zealand, he looks for the Samoans to return the tool, and he meets the beautiful Cena. Now, while that's going on, he's still tattooing people, and the people he's tattooing are dying these horrific deaths. But he doesn't find out until after he tattoos Cena. So now he's on a race to find out what's going on and what's haunting him so he can save Cena's life. So this is very interesting, and I find the story to be kind of original. I also find it to be creepy, because that's the last thing I want, a haunted tattoo or anything going on with my tattoos. No, no, no. Instant scary. We also get a little peek into the Samoan tattoo culture, which is really neat. I do wish that the tattoos that he's doing were better. And then one thing that pisses me off is that when people go to him to get tattooed, he just sits them down and tattoos whatever he wants. I'd punch him in the face. Fuck that. No way. But other than that, the movie was scary. I'm going to give it a 3.5 and a see it. So that's it for being tonight. What do you think about tonight's show? What do you think about me doing like a superhero segment? Or a drag queen segment? Do you have any recommendations for those segments? Or do you have any recommendations for segments of your own? I'd love to hear it. And until then, please watch more movies. Oh, and like and subscribe while you're at it. I'm A.C.Strange. This is the Bad Movie Show. Thank you. Good night.